Hello, I'm Sheila Brummer with Siouxland Public Media.
And I'm Larry Wentz with Siouxland News on KMA 14 and Fox 44. Over the years, journalism has evolved.
The first newspaper was published in Rome in 59 BC, more than 2,000 years ago. The first printed newspaper was called Relation, and it was published in Germany in 1605.
Times have rapidly changed when the World Wide Web was opened to the public in 1991. Now we have access to all sorts of information from all over the globe. A study in 2018 by the Pew Research Center shows nearly 2/3 of American adults, or 68%, get their news on social media.
However, a majority, about 57%, say they expect the news that they see to be inaccurate. And with competition for clicks, some of the content you find on sites like Facebook or Twitter may actually be misleading or not even true.
Even major newspapers and TV networks have made mistakes.
And fake news is making news. Fake news is a form of news consisting of deliberate disinformation or hoaxes spread through traditional news media, print broadcast, or online social media sites. And here are a few tips to spot fake news.
First, consider the source. Click away from the story to investigate the site where you found the story. You can also do an online search for the author to see if they even exist. Also check the date. The information you find online, it could be old and not relevant to current events.
Headlines can also be outrageous, but what is the whole story? And is it a joke? You might be looking at information from a satire website, like one called The Onion. This article talks about the outfit worn by the singer of Old Town Road at the Grammys. Okay, he didn't dress like a pilgrim, but he wore this instead. It's a pink outfit, complete with a cowboy hat.
Here's another article. Is this one true? An animal rescue farm in North Carolina is seeking volunteers to give their piglets cuddles. The group is trying to socialize the pigs with people in preparation for them to be adopted by families as pets. Farm managers say pigs can actually be easier to train than dogs. After putting the call out on Facebook, people are even planning road trips to cuddle with the piglets.
What do you think? Is it true? Yes, it is actually true. Several news outlets reported on volunteers and the pigs, and the article came from the website run by Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Here's video that circulated on Facebook that you can still find on YouTube. Millions of people watched as a plane struggled to land during a horrible storm. Wow, it does a 360-degree flip. But it's not real. It's actually done by using special effects on computers.
A technology reporter for the Washington Post even did a story on this video. He said, quote, he couldn't tear his eyes away from his screen.
And real news stations even caught heat for some of their weather reporting. Check out this meteorologist from the Weather Channel as he braces against hurricane winds. He sways back and forth while giving details on the current weather conditions. But watch as two people easily walk behind him.
Many people on social media criticized the meteorologist. The Weather Channel defended the report. They said that the two people walking in the background were walking on concrete, while the meteorologist was on wet grass, and he was tired after reporting on that damaging storm.
Here's another dramatic weather video from a few years back. A reporter and others paddling away in New Jersey, except this isn't deep water.
No, they were actually in a little hot water for that video.
Thanks for taking the time to learn more about an issue facing many of us today. Social media outlets have been working to stop the spread of misinformation. Twitter recently announced it will ban political ads, while Facebook started flagging articles that are disputed by third-party fact checkers.
Just remember, if something looks too outrageous to be true, trust your instincts and do a little research before sharing it with your friends.
For more information on how to spot fake news, here's a video from factcheck.org.
Fake news is nothing new, but bogus stories can reach more people more quickly via social media than what good old-fashioned viral emails could accomplish in years past. A lot of these viral claims aren't news at all, but fiction, satire, and efforts to fool readers into thinking they're for real. Here are some strategies to shield yourself from fake news. Are you familiar with the source? Is it legitimate? Has it been reliable in the past? If not, you may not want to trust it. If a provocative headline drew your attention, read a little further before you decide to pass along the shocking information. Even in legitimate news stories, the headline doesn't always tell the whole story. But fake news, particularly efforts to be satirical, can include several revealing signs in the text. One fake story even attributed a quote to a dolphin. If that had been real, you could argue they buried the lead. Another telltale sign of a fake story is often the byline, if there even is one. And in some cases, the authors are not even real. One story was credited to a doctor who won 14 Peabody Awards and a handful of Pulitzer Prizes, which would be very impressive if it wasn't also totally made up. Many times these bogus stories will cite official or official-sounding sources, but once you look into it, the source doesn't back up the claim. Some false stories aren't completely fake, but rather distortions of real events. These mendacious claims can take a legitimate news story and twist what it says, or even claim that something that happened long ago is related to current events. One deceptive website took a story that was over a year old from CNN and slapped on a new, misleading headline and publication date. So on top of the deception, there was copyright infringement. Remember, there is such a thing as satire. Normally it's clearly labeled as such, and sometimes it's even funny. But it isn't the news. And then there's the more debatable forms of satire, designed to pull one over on the reader. These posts are also designed to encourage clicks and generate money for the creator through ad revenue. But they aren't news. We know this is difficult. Confirmation bias leads people to put more stock in information that confirms their beliefs and discount information that doesn't. But the next time you're automatically appalled at some social media post concerning, say, a politician you oppose, take a moment to check it out. Try this simple test. What other stories have been posted to the news website that is the source of the story that just popped up in your social media feed? You may be predisposed to believe a story about a politician you don't like, but if the alleged news site also features a story about Guardians from Antarctica retaliating against America by hitting New Zealand with an earthquake, maybe you should think twice before sharing. And yes, that earthquake story is a real example of a fake story that popped up. We know you're busy, and some of this debunking takes time, but fact checkers get paid to do this kind of work. Between factcheck.org, Snopes.com, the Washington Post Fact Checker, and PolitiFact.com, it's likely at least one has already fact-checked the latest viral claim to pop up in your social media newsfeed. And remember, newsreaders themselves remain the first line of defense against fake news. To see more, go to factcheck.org.
Special thanks for helping with the production of this video, Western Iowa Tech Community College's Mass Communications Department. Larry Wentz from Siouxland News, KMEG 14 and Fox 44. Mandy Engel-Carty from Girls Inc. and Kevin Engel-Carty from Volunteer Siouxland.
And Sheila Brummer from Siouxland Public Media, KWIT and KOJI.